Hey y'all, welcome back to Mrs. Lynn's Cooking. Today we're going to make a carnivore quiche slash keto. I'll explain how we're doing it. What you're going to need is I'm just using a simple pan. You'll need this with spray, salt and pepper. I'm using chopped up ham that I've already had, sausage that I already cooked, which is about a cup. And then I've got about a cup of bacon bits that I'm using. And then it's going to be about, a cup of double cheddar cheese. You're going to need 6 eggs. And if you don't want it to be carnivore, don't add these, which is going to be the tops of 3 scallions and jalapeno pepper paste or jalapenos. So that's what makes the difference between carnivore and not carnivore, and we're not using a crust. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start mixing all this up. Okay, first thing that I've done is I've cracked my eggs. I have 6 eggs in here. These are large. Use whatever size you have. At this point, we're just going to scramble them up like you would do with scrambled eggs. Okay, once we get this all scrambled up and together, because you want to make sure it's mixed pretty good. Next, I'm going to add in my pepper. I'm using this is a really coarse ground pepper. Okay, and then I'm going to use my salt. And that's going to be about a half a teaspoon of pepper and a half a teaspoon of salt. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stir this back in because I want it all incorporated. When I do this, set that over to the side. I'm going to take my ham chunks that I had cooked the other day, and I figured, what the heck, I'll go ahead and use those. This is going to be a meat one for my husband because he is on that carnivore diet, which he loves. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and use this. Okay, and then we're going to want everything that you put in here, you need to go ahead and stir it into the egg as you do it. Now, I had some sausage that I had already fried up, and I had some left over. So I'm just going to add that. And this is about a cup of sausage is what it is. So we're going to add our sausage, and then we're going to stir this in here as well. Now, there we go. Get that all stirred up. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of the bacon bits. I think my husband would rather have sausage and ham over bacon. So I'm going to add in, I'm going to say maybe not even a quarter cup of bacon bits. But if you want more bacon, add it to it. You can add other things to it like mushrooms and spinach and broccoli, whatever you like. But I'm going to do this for him as carnivore. That way he has something that he can eat in the mornings. And it freezes well, and it also refrigerates really good. Now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my double cheddar cheese. Now, I'm going to add about half of this bag because it's only like a cup. So it's going to be like a half of a cup of cheese that we're adding to it. And then you'll notice that this is getting a lot thicker. And that's what you want. Now, at this stage, I'm going to add jalapeno paste. Now, this will be keto, not carnivore, because of the jalapenos and the scallions. So I'm going to put right about 2 to 3 tablespoons of jalapenos because he really wants it spicy. And then when I'm also done is it's about a half a cup or 3 tops of your scallions. And I'm going to put those in as well. I'm going to get this all done just like so. And then when you're going to put your oven on 375. So it's going to need to bake at 375. But this one is going to be keto, kind of carnivore, kind of keto, I guess you could say, because we're not using a crust. Now, that's all that we need to do to add to this mixture. Now, I'm going to set this over to the side. And then I'm going to take my butter spray. And this is just a pan that I had in my toaster oven that I use for pretty much everything, you can tell. And I'm going to put it in here. So we're going to make it to where we can cut it into squares. That way, if he's in a hurry, he can just grab it, nuke it, and go. So we're going to spray this down really, really well. Now, if you want just a regular quiche, you could do it same as this, but just use a pie crust on the bottom. But we're not going to do that. So, and that's a little, excuse me, it's a little overpowering there. Now, I've sprayed this down the sides and the bottom really well. Make sure you do, because of it being no crust, or I know I messed up something. I need my parchment paper. Stand by, let me get it. Okay, y'all, I've made a mistake. Everybody does in the kitchen. It does happen. I already greased this. Instead of washing it and putting down parchment paper, I'm going to go with the flow, and it's just going to go directly into this pan. So we're going to put this in the pan and try to scatter this all around evenly, because it is such a large pan. Maybe I should have used a little bit smaller one, but that's okay, because what we're going to do is we're just going to push it in there to the sides. And then we're going to take this over once we get done. I'm going to take this over, because you want to make sure that when I'm getting ahead of myself, but when you do this, you want to make sure that every bite has got a little bit of cheese, meat, veggies, whatever you put in it. You want to make sure that everybody gets a bite of it. So just try to spread that out as best you can. It should not overflow, because it's a little bit deeper pan. And we're going to put this on 375 for about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, our quiche has come out of the oven, and I can touch it, so now we can go ahead and cut it. So I just wanted to get a small piece of it, because my husband is going to be, this is for him. So it is thin, and you can see it's pliable to where you could just pick it up and eat it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm using my fingers. That's really good. Really doesn't taste any different from the other one. But I want to let you know ahead of time, I'm going for surgery Monday. So I may not be able to film. We'll see what happens. But if y'all like my video, please like and subscribe.